What is going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, we've been covering a story that broke a couple of days ago, a horrific story about a woman that was set on fire on a CTA blue line out there in Chicago. Well, this guy went to court yesterday, this man up here, which is the one that set her on fire, and admitted it in court. This is 50-year-old Lawrence Reed of Chicago, Illinois. Shout out Chicago. And more information has come out about this situation. And you guys remember the story, I briefly covered it, about the young lady that was set on fire on a train out there, a public transit train out there in Charlotte, North Carolina, by a homeless man. She wasn't set on fire, but she was stabbed in the neck multiple times. Lady from Ukraine, I think her name, her area was. And she was killed minding her business. This one is similar to that. They put this guy up on federal terrorism charges. And his background and what he did before and during and after setting this woman ablaze, man, he should have never been out. And this is the MO of the justice system. They keep letting these people out, but you know what? We'll get into that later on in the commentary. For now, take a look at the ladies. My heart goes out to this lady, man. Nobody deserves this. Check it out.
Breaking tonight, a suspect is now facing a federal terrorism charge in an attack on the CTA Blue Line.
Prosecutors say he's the man who randomly set a woman on fire earlier this week. Courtney Spinelli is at the Dirksen Federal Courthouse where he faced a judge this afternoon. Good evening, Courtney.
Good evening to you both, Ray and Lauren. It was quite an eventful hearing this afternoon. Even before Lawrence Reed walked into the courtroom, he was allegedly spitting on federal agents while he was being held in lockup. That erratic behavior continued during his hearing.
Today, the Chicago U.S. Attorney's Office filed a federal terrorism charge against Lawrence Reed.
U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros and the head of ATF's Chicago Field Division detailing graphic allegations laid out in a federal criminal complaint. The 50-year-old suspect was taken into custody Tuesday morning, allegedly making comments that included burn alive expletive.
A 26-year-old woman was deliberately set on fire by Lawrence Reed in an unprovoked attack.
Prosecutors say the victim was on her phone on a CTA Blue Line train approaching the Clark and Lake station when everything happened. Minding her business, Reed allegedly walked over and poured what prosecutors believe was gasoline all over her head and body. The victim allegedly trying to fight off Reed, who chased her in the moving train car. Surveillance video shows Reed then lit the bottle on fire before using that to light the victim on fire. The suspect allegedly watching as the victim frantically tried to put out the fire by rolling on the ground of the train car.
The surveillance video is difficult to watch and is very disturbing as a young woman was set ablaze and tried to put herself out while other passengers got out of the way or watched.
It was at the Clark and Lake station where police found the victim critically injured after two Good Samaritans helped put out the flames on the platform. According to court documents, investigators say Reed used a gas pump to fill a bottle at a gas station about 20 minutes before the attack. In court Wednesday, Reed yelling over Judge Laura McNally continuously, saying he pleads guilty and will represent himself. McNally said, "When you walked in here, I presumed you to be innocent of these charges. I'm guilty," Reed responded.
Lawrence Reed had no business being on the streets given his violent criminal history and his pending criminal cases.
Reed's history spans decades, with arrests back to the mid-90s for domestic battery and battery on the public way. According to his record, he's been arrested 71 times and convicted 13 times in Cook County. He was on pretrial release for a battery case, accused of assaulting a hospital employee. Court records also show he pleaded guilty to arson in a 2020 case where he set fire at the Thompson Center.
Reed had plenty of second chances by the criminal justice system, and as a result, you have an innocent victim in the hospital fighting for her life.
Now, Reed is expected back here at 10 Friday morning for a hearing to determine whether he will remain in custody pending trial. We expect to learn much more as that happens, but for now, we will send it back to you live from the Dirksen Federal Courthouse. I'm Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
Okay, another case of people attacking people and preying on the vulnerable. And this guy right here acting the fool in court, in federal court. I'm guilty. I did it. Spitting in people's faces. Won't let the judge talk. Did you hear the judge? What they said the judge said? When you came in here, sir, I presumed you to be innocent. But now you're saying you're guilty. He just told himself. March his stupid ass right down to the basement and string him the fuck up. You ever notice that these motherfuckers in the street are giving regular citizens death penalties, these criminals, yet they don't receive anything close to the original punishment they inflict on others? Said this motherfucker was arrested 70-something times. Only convicted 17, I think, or 13. What about the other times? Said he had crazy crimes from domestic violence all the way up to other shit they named. Belligerent. Can't control his emotions. Half crazy. He went, because they said he threw gasoline on him. I'm like, who the fuck would throw gasoline on somebody? What did he have, a lawnmower? What was he, a crackhead? What's going on? On a subway train, you got a bottle of gas. He filled it up 20 minutes before he got on the train. He planned on doing that shit. Now they done gave him terrorism charges. This is an act of terrorism. Ain't all these other stories I do acts of terror? From homegrown terrorism? Terrorists committing terrorism all across the land. See, this right here got national recognition. That's why they slapped that on it. This shit never happened to anybody. Neither shit death. Cold-blooded murder. All of these crimes that I talk about are all of the same importance, especially when somebody that has the same right to the life force as all of us is taken out of here. But that's neither here nor there. Let's stay on this. Said the lady was minding her business. He walked up on her and just poured the gas on her. Then she got up and ran. He chased her. Because remember they said it was an argument or something. I heard the argument, and the argument was because he threw the gas on her. She was minding her business. She gets up to run away from him. He chases her, lights the bottle on fire, because I guess it still had gas in it, and then throws it on her. Because I'm like, how did he have time to light something after he threw it on her? He was lighting the bottle, and then he threw the bottle on her. How sick is that? Then he said he screamed, "Burn, bitch, burn." Are you crazy? Burn alive, bitch. Yeah, well, somebody need to make you burn alive right now. I don't understand how it has gotten to this point. It's so far gone that the only thing you do to these people that are doing stuff straight out of horror movies now to innocent victims is to put them on permanent time out. You go to jail and then make everybody else pay for it. They always sit up here and say, oh, we want to be seen in the United States. Oh, we want to be seen as a landmark nation. All the while of having this type of shit happen, landmark crimes against regular citizens that help make the country go. This is the part that makes me sick. How long does this type of stuff has to keep happening to innocent people before somebody says, you know what? Life in prison's not working. Hell, he might want that shit. Then he'll be locked up. He'll be famous. He'll be prison famous. That dude right there, wow, he did this in the street. He did that. Sometimes people commit crimes because they don't want to be out there in society because they have a hard time dealing with life and figuring themselves out. So what do? They do something crazy and let the state or the federal government take care of them in jail. They'll get to eat. All this other stuff. This woman's 26 years old and her face, neck, and body is burnt up. An arduous road of rehab and recovery, both physically and mentally. Why? Because her only crime was getting on that train and trying to go home like everybody else and being picked apart by a monster that didn't even know her, but she was on his menu. A lot of people say sometimes, oh, America's not that bad. You know why you say that? Because you ain't never had your number called to dance with the devil yet when he's out there on the hunt. My head, I always scratch my head when I see them about to execute somebody and you see a bunch of people out there the day of the execution. Give them a stay. Holding the signs, killing is wrong. This and that. And they do some of the most heinous crimes that put them in a position where they willfully put themselves in that position because they can't control their emotions or, you know, their urges to kill others. And then you got people that ain't got shit to do with it out there standing there and being holier than thou, so holding signs and stuff like this. And then I think about people like this young lady here. And these motherfuckers that stand out there and do that, it's a slap in the face of anybody that lost somebody in violent crime. Most people don't even get the death penalty no more. And if they do get it, they sit up there for 20 or 40 years, usually die in jail because don't nobody want to take nobody out no more. But there are a whole bunch of citizens out here that'll take everybody out. Shit is crazy, man. It's just upsetting. She'll never be the same. Every time she looks in the mirror, she'll bear the scars of unwanted violence coming her way when she was minding her fucking business. Anytime a crime happens to you, you say to yourself, and everybody goes to this, why me? Why did he pick me out of everybody else? And that's one of the things that haunts you for the rest of your life. Every time you look in the mirror and see a scar on your face, scar on your body, or something, this woman's burnt the fuck up. How do you think that's going to affect her moving forward? Life is hard enough when you're just perfectly healthy. Now you got something else that raises, that pushes the goalpost or moves the goalpost, you know, on your field of life, making your life that much harder, more obstacles that you didn't ask for. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, man. I gotta be honest with y'all, man. Justice system bullshit. It is. It is. Life in jail or anything they give him other than showing him the fucking flowers is anything less than justice. It is. It's a damn shame. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.